Well, that's what I like to see. Snow melting away and not here anymore. Buddy the dog, what are you doing? Okay, he's not interested. Are you gonna say something? No, you've been out running in something. You got cockleburrs and stuff in your hair. He doesn't like it when I get those out of there, so can only get a few at a time. All right, Buddy the dog, we're gonna go over here and try to do something. I bet it's probably in the 40s right now. It's supposed to be in the 50s. So we've had a 50-degree temperature difference in the last couple days. I mean, the other day, just 2 days ago, it was 0. And by tomorrow, it's supposed to be 50 something. So definitely a heat wave. But I got a project that I've had the stuff to do forever, and we started and never finished, and I need to use some stuff now, so we need to get back to it. So I'm gonna get started on it right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, Ross the Oliver Man, there's a donkey. He's fixing to do nature's work right there. So yeah, probably shouldn't show that on film, but that's part of life. So anyway, that's going on, if you hear some hee-hawing behind us. But we're going to go hook up the flatbed trailer, which is still sitting out there next to where we were building fence, and pull it up here next to this livestock trailer, which we've never done anything with. And the point is, I want to do something with that livestock trailer, but it's still got the lumber for the floor for the flatbed trailer in it. So I thought we might as well finish that flatbed trailer so that this one's empty and I don't have to just move boards around for no reason. I'm over it. It should have been done, and everything's been too busy. So yeah, but I need to switch the, okay, every dog, yeah, okay, you got that done, sure. Oh yeah, okay, well, anyway, we have to switch to the different hitch again, because that trailer is, yeah, that's a different, this one's it's 2 5/16, so we got to switch back. Some places you have to watch National Geographic to get stuff like that. But here it is, right here. Actually, this is the wrong one, isn't it? I need the one that is the right size. This is just another drop lower 2-inch ball. We'll get it here. It's right here. I had that hitch in there from, anyway, I had that hitch from moving that engine trailer, so whatever. Okay. I just remembered something else that's super important I need to do, and I keep shuffling it around too. I need to do this, and that is renew my spraying license. They sent me that forever ago, and I keep forgetting to mail it. So I gotta do that. Because it's too much of a hassle to have to try to get your license from 0 again. It's much easier to just maintain it. The next question is, will we get stuck out here? Because I would say that this is pretty soft after having snow melt off of it. And we're going fine. There's our trailer, complete with tools that were, you know, left on it. We need to finish our fence too one of these days. But it's not going to be today because we just don't have time. We have off the farm stuff we have to do. And it seems like they rob us of our joy every day. You know, more and more stuff that isn't stuff I want to be doing. See, we still have crap to pick up that's going to get forgotten, and then it'll grow up in the weeds. We haven't clipped any of those down. We need to do that. That never got done. We're very close. Let's see here. Take stock of what we got going on here. We don't want to lose our fancy ratchet straps. Our hammer that was under the snow. So basically what I'm probably going to do, because I'm lazy, is I'm going to slide everything over to the good side and then start tearing this up. That's how I did the other side. I didn't have time to unload it. And then what I'm going to do, I originally thought I was going to leave them long like that, and I started in, but the more I dealing with it, like, I just don't know that it's going to work. It's popped up on the end already. I think I need to saw it back and redo all these. I know why they did it now, because they cut it where the trailer bends, and I thought I could leave it a full length board, but I'm questioning that now. So I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. One failure at a time, people. But this part of the trailer is really super nice. I mean, it stayed really good. Oh, I bet I'm too far back now because we're on this incline. Oh, no, okay. The truck hit it pretty aggressively. But I guess that was the sound of it hitting there. All right. Oh, you're so close. Is there any possible chance I can physically pull you up over there so I don't have to keep... Oh, not worth it. Let's put this down. We'll put it in reverse and it'll pop in there. Sure. We don't even need this to be all hooked up. We just need to get it up there to the other trailer, because we got to immediately unhook it again, because we'll need the pickup later with not the trailer on it. One to the next one, right back and forth all the time. We're hooking and unhooking stuff because we've always got to be somewhere else. Let's see if it makes it. There's I think that's a bald eagle, isn't it? Very possibly a she-eagle, maybe not. Huh. Really need to get closer where the sun's not in my face. But I'm guessing it's a female bald eagle. A she-eagle. Oh, guess what? We're stuck. We need the four-wheel drive. All right. If we do this right, we can make this super inconvenient for us in every way possible. And then it'll be like any other day. I mean, it's more fun when it's covered with snow, but that's not too bad. But basically what we got to do is we got to start from that side and work this way, because the middle one's going to be a narrower piece. So, yeah. Now, we're gonna have to, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to get the long pry bar, which I think is at the grain bin, and see if we can't pop these out of there. The other side was bad enough that it was kind of self-removing, but This one, I'm sure it's going to put up a little bit of a struggle. The outside board is the worst, but we got to get them all off of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. And what have we got over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we probably have 6 left, which is good. So, and then we'll have to buy some more to do the tail, especially if we decide to change what I did and go. Boy, I'd really love to just leave them full length, because it would just save us a lot of hassle. And then all I'd have to do is these short boards to cut. But we got to figure out what to do about this one that popped up and why it popped up. I would say it's probably just because it's wedged with this one and something happened, and maybe that screw wasn't a long enough one, and now it's warped. It's, you know, the typical things. And then I see that somebody bolted these, so hopefully they're rotten enough that they'll pop out of there, that I don't have to crawl underneath and take them loose. But I'm sure that's not going to be the case. One way or the other, this has to happen, so we might as well get started, even if it takes us 2 or 3 days, because of time and weather also. I think it's going to rain all day tomorrow. Let me go grab that long pry bar and I'll bring you back. All right, I put the cruise control on the pry bar, but it's not doing anything, so I guess I got to help it. That's fine. I'm hoping that peer pressure will just start breaking boards, you know. But I guess we're gonna go one at a time, you know. How can a board be so rotten and yet so not rotten at the same time? The only problem is it's tucked under that pocket. Let's see if we can get the next one out. Come on. Well, this is going interesting. So far, it has not went the way that I thought it was going to go. This board's broke in 2 places, but neither one seems to be helping me remove it. The other one is split entirely along its length, but it still won't come out of there. Let's set you over here. Boy, that's under tension, actually. Come on. Quit screwing around boards. Come on out of there. Huh. in there. So it turns out at the back, I thought those were bolts that somebody got lag screws and put in there. So sure. See if we can't get this one off now somehow. Come on. So if you wonder what I'm doing, I thought, well, maybe I'd throw the boards on the good part of the trailer so I could back next to wood pile and throw them off, you know, so that we could recycle them back into nature. But that's not even working out for me like I thought. Get it in there. I bet I'm going to regret doing this, because I bet you something's going to come up in an emergency and I'm going to need this and not have it done. Oh. You would think this would be easy, but it's just not. It's not wanting to play that way. Nope. Come on. Okay, well, 2.5 more to go, and they're not playing nice. So we're gonna have to use a special demounting tool, I think, and get rid of those. And then hopefully we can somehow pry them up out of there. Because if you say that I'm gonna go through and try to take all those old screws out, you're full of it. That ain't happening. There's no way. I take them off like this, and then I'll vice grip them and get them out of there, or whatever I gotta do. But those heads of these things are never gonna make it anymore. So yeah, yep, I was hoping to get this done, but this ain't gonna happen right now because I'm gonna have to leave again. My phone is non-stop. I can't even work on something for 10 minutes without somebody else wanting something. So yeah. Factory tool, factory dismounting tool. Let's see if we can get some of these pried out of here now. Probably still no, but it was a nice thought. See, the problem is I'm losing my easy place to pry, and I can't get a good bite on it, and then that causes issues. My end of my pry bar hits the frame of the trailer on the outside, and I can't get a good go. Okay, come on. Get off. Come on. Come on. Almost. We're almost there. All right, well, half the battle is done, as they say. See, we originally were going to make this super nice, and you know, I wanted to take it all off, and clean and paint it under here, and then put the new boards on and whatever. And life decided, no, you're not doing that. You need this trailer. So that just doesn't happen. So we're gonna at least try to get the floor on so we have something nice. But I'll go through now with a vice grip or something and turn all of those out that are sticking up there. Then I need to get all the screws that I have for the deck are inside of the truck. That's another reason I want to do this, because I'm sick of tripping over them. And I need the mini impact, and I think I also had a drill, because I have to drill these screws are self-drilling, but they don't really self-drill very good. They dull if you go through the wood, so it's just easier to drill a hole to get started, and then take the mini impact and sink your screw in, and there you have it. So this gives you a good view of how the ramps store under there. That's pretty nice. But we need to just plug away at this. It won't take that long maybe, but like I said, I gotta leave again now, so I'm not gonna get to continue on. So that's where this is gonna stay for you. It'll be instant. I'll put it all in one video, but I bet it'll be 2 days before I get back to this again, and that's kind of ridiculous that I have to walk away from the stuff to do stuff for other people. But I don't know, we'll figure it out somehow. See, it's supposed to have side lights too, and that's wiring from that is all strung under there. So maybe we'll do that later after we get the floor down. I got all the stuff to do it was here from a week after I owned this trailer, and life has just pushed us off, you know. The floorboards we bought back whenever the guy, the 1020, you know, took that back and it fell through the trailer floor, and the guy handed me more money than his bill was for, and he said, take part of this and go buy you a new floor for this trailer. And I thought, well, if he was nice enough to pay more than I asked for, then I'm going to honor his wish by doing that. And that side got so bad I had to do it right away so I could use it all summer, but I just never got back to this. So we'll be able to get 5 boards in, and then the last one we'll have to rip to fit in whatever gap is left over. I don't know. I like the idea of just leaving them full length though. And then what I was gonna do back here, which now you can't really see because there's stuff laying on it, they are kind of proud, like there's a lip, you know, just a little bit of a lip. And I thought I could take an angle grinder along there and just grind that 45 degrees or whatever, you know, and that would take care of that problem. And then even if I had to take a piece of metal and like weld a strip across there or something. But the advantage of that would be whenever you need to replace the floor, all you'd have to do is slide in the old boards. There would be no cutting and measuring and all this. You'd just use full length boards, and then the little tail piece is the only place you'd have to cut boards. And so I like that idea more better, but we'll see how this goes. This isn't my favorite project, but it's a project that you got to do because you got to have a good floor on your trailer. I mean, you just gotta. So we'll get those bolts out of there. I also got to get these little boards out too, so we'll do that. But I'll bring you back when I'm ready to go again. Well, probably, I don't know. This isn't working out like I thought either. I thought I was in a pretty solid spot, but I'm making a mud hole just from me walking here. So we might back up a little, and then I don't know, maybe we'll have to just work on it in the driveway. I don't know, but this has got to be done, so it's going to happen no matter what it takes. Because yeah, got to have the boards on there, and I got to use this. I got the title straightened out, I got a license plate for it. The only thing I don't have is working lights, but that's, hey, do you need lights? No, we'll figure that out when it comes to it. It won't haul livestock yet, but what I need to haul with it, it will haul. And I'll probably put some stuff over the sides and use it as a storage just right quick for a few weeks. That's what I'm after. I'm bidding on something on an auction, some stuff, but it's indoor stuff and it needs to be indoors, and I don't know that this is an enclosed trailer essentially if you just tape up the sides. So I'm going to use it for that, but then if I don't get the ability to haul it out of here right away, it can sit in here and stay nice, and that's what I'm after. So I got to do that in the next 2 or 3 days. So that's the plan. I will, like I said, I'll bring you back. All right, we're back at this. Of course, the sun's going down, so we won't be back at this for long, but that's just the way it goes. Yeah. So I think we were to the point of we were going to have to take this, get the remaining fasteners out, and then we should be able to start sliding boards in. And I think I'm going to try again for full length boards. See, you wonder why I did what I did. Well, here's the reason why I kind of decided that. The way they laid this out, it just seems to me like it worked out better. It was longer, the boards could stay their full length, and then I don't know, you still have plenty bracing. So I don't know. I mean, we need to get these off of there too. That was another thing that didn't happen that needs to. So I guess I'll set you down somehow and I'll get to work here just doing nonsense. Or we can just start here and work our way down, because it looks like we're pretty good up here. There might be one straggler. You know, they're so rusty you would think that they would just come out, but they do not. And in fact, and they're all different diameters because of the rust. So Yeah, they ain't much. And actually, to be quite honest, those cross tubes aren't much. I mean, if I had it to do over, like if I had to start replacing stuff, I think I would use heavier material. And I don't know that I would use box tubing. The other trailer, wherever it is, it uses angle iron. And you're gonna say, well, box tubing, that's a lot more strong. Yeah, well, what I noticed on this one is, because of the way they drilled down from the top, you know, with these screws, moisture has gotten in the tubes. And some of those tubes are pretty thin on the back, or back underneath is what I'm trying to say. So I figured when I did the other half, I thought it looked good enough to go one more time at least. It might last another 40 years, I don't know, but the point is, I guess nothing lasts forever. No. The part that was in the wood rusted, and it's thin, but then the head end is full size, and so is the thread end is also the original size. So it's kind of a trick, but it's working. But yeah, it's about 30 degrees warmer today than it was the other day, so I think it's 50 something right now. And it would be really super nice if it wasn't for the wind. Come on, there. This one may just have to be hammered through. I don't know if I can get a good enough. Yeah, we got a good enough bite on it. I guess another thing that really helped it is they didn't put screws in every single one of these tubes. So there are still some that are full strength, you know, haven't been compromised by rust thinning and whatnot. Oh, there's a stubborn one. Well, this is going to be a struggle. There. There we go. Luckily, there's really not too many more. There's some in this tube and some in that very last one. And then whatever we get into with our tail piece. See that one? Paper thin, but it's still enough that it causes us issue getting it out of there. And that might be the one that I'm gonna have to just drive in to get it. Sometimes you can't get them to turn, and then you just have to hammer it home, but I think it's going to. Let's make ourselves more room. Come on. Come on. Or not. come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You're almost out of there. There. Time-consuming process, but it's got to be done. Well, that one just came right out there. Oh yeah, this one they used, somebody got fed up and used some lag bolts. So I don't know how that's going to play out. Hopefully they'll thread out. It might actually be easier because they're coarse thread. Okay, one thing. Second thing is going to struggle with us. I don't know about this one. Ah! Get that one off of there. Oh. Wow, that's what we didn't want. Break off the top and have a big chunk left in there. Okay, let's take these. We're probably going to run out of daylight, so your first video is going to be just a video of stripping the floor, which is super interesting, but that's the way she goes sometimes. Actually, if I would get it in there like this, I could probably go over the top, pop them out of there, see what happens. See, they're down in that pocket too, so that makes it a little bit slightly more difficult to get that out of there, because you can't go all the way up. Now we're back where we started a second ago. I'll get those out of there though, and we got a couple things working against us here. Number one, I don't feel very good, I guess, so I'm gonna have to call her quits, I think. And then number two, we're gonna be out of daylight soon, so we'll see what we can do, but I'm glad that we're this far, because if we're this far, now I'm forced to fix it. I'm not gonna just say, I'll do it later. I gotta have this trailer ready to go all the time, so we'll start putting boards in, and it should not take long, especially if I leave them full length. We should just be able to zip some in, and then the only thing that's gonna take a little bit is ripping the center strip and then cutting these right here. So once we get all that done, we'll be good to go. So anyway, we're gonna leave this one here. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.